With A-level results day only less than a week away, it was actually nearly 1 year ago since I was in your position where I was expecting my results to see whether I got into my firm university choice or not. 1 year on, I've now passed first year at the University of Nottingham studying a business management degree, and I thought I'd make this video to reflect upon my results day, share my personal results day experience with you, and let you know just my thoughts after that day and how it's impacted me as a person 1 year later. Now, before we get into the video, I'd just like to give an honourable mention to Savannah Phillips, who is a fellow University of Nottingham student that I know. She's actually done this video on her channel, and it kind of gave me the idea to do it as well. So I'm not gonna just take the idea without giving her credit. So I'm gonna leave her link in the description below. Make sure you go and check her video out as well, because she had a great story. And now it's time for me to share mine. So a bit of backstory, I actually studied A-levels in business, media studies, and a diploma in financial studies. Diploma in financial studies wasn't an A-level, it was an A-level equivalent. It was actually its own level 3 qualification. However, my university choices actually accepted it into the entry criteria that they were looking for, and therefore that's all that mattered for me. However, the point is, I got those results on the same day I got my other A-level results, so technically it counts. And with those subjects, I needed to achieve ABB to get into the University of Nottingham to study management, and that was my firm choice. I could get ABB however I wanted to. There were no subject specific requirements, which I really liked. Whereas a university such as the University of Sheffield, when I applied, wanted subject-specific grades, which made me not insure or firm them. This was despite also having an offer of ABB, but thinking ahead, I didn't want to put myself in a bit of a dilemma on results day where I got ABB, just not in the subjects that they wanted, and therefore that is why I partially chose University of Nottingham. Of course, other factors came into it, but with results day being a very stressful day, I didn't want to add more stress onto myself. It's kind of like if you do the IAB and you achieve 36 points, but you don't achieve the 18 in higher that you needed to. It's just unnecessary hassle, and if a university said no to me on results day, just because I didn't achieve subject specific grades, I would be devastated. So that is why I decided to avoid this scenario. With the University of Nottingham being my firm choice, needing ABB, and this was actually reduced from AAB, I forgot to mention that before. My backup choice was Nottingham Trent University, where I needed to achieve grades of BBC to get into there to study business management. However, my family didn't want me to go there, and to be honest, I was a bit on the edge about going there as well, and therefore it was in my interest to make sure I got into my firm university choice so that I didn't have to go there. So not only was it in my interest to do as well as I can for myself so I can get into the University of Nottingham, but it was also to get back at my former sixth form and former secondary school, Dartford Grammar School for Boys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't seen the video, then make sure to click the iCard over here, where I basically explain a massive story between me and Dartford Grammar School for Boys, where they did some illegal stuff which led to me basically being impacted quite largely, and it just set me back 1 year. And if you want to learn more, again, click the iCard in the corner and you'll be able to see that video. For me, obviously, the worst part I would say about results day is just waiting, because my last exam was something like June 18th, which was a business exam, and then results day wasn't until something like August 16th. So I had to wait nearly an entire 2 months for my results to see whether I got into my firm university choice. And in summer, if you don't know, a lot of people basically do nothing. And so with me just doing nothing every day, twiddling my thumbs, it kind of became a point where it's like, all I could think about is university. I want to go to university in September, but I don't know where I'm going. Please let results day come ASAP. Because of this, and because I just wanted to know if I got into my firm choice or university or not, I actually checked track on UCAS before I opened my results. And I'm actually going to explain in a bit why you should do that as well. But checking track was honestly such a good idea. when it comes to checking in before results. When I checked track and I saw that I did in fact get into the University of Nottingham to study management, it just kind of made me let go of my feelings towards results. I really did not mind what I got in my results, because it meant that yes, I quite possibly could have achieved ABB or even better, but maybe I could have achieved BBB and still got in. However, it just reassured me that I didn't do terribly, otherwise I wouldn't have got into my firm choice. And so when I went to sixth form to pick up my results, I wasn't worried at all, because in the back of my head and really just all over me was joy, basically, as I was like, you know what, whatever's on this result sheet, it does not matter to me personally, because I've gotten into university I want to. And if I didn't do as well as I could have in my A-levels, then maybe I can change that at university. The reason I personally advise that you check track before you check your results is because, like I say, if you check your results first and you needed AAB but you got BBB in your results, you might be there thinking, oh my god, I didn't get in, I didn't get the grades, I don't know what's happening, and you might just break down mentally and start crying and who knows what. But some people, even with 2 grades below, still get let into their university choice to study what they wanted to. So you might even end up worrying for absolutely no reason, even if you get the grades that aren't what they wanted, because, as I say, you might still get accepted. So it's always best to check track before you open your results, so that you know if you got accepted or not, and then based on that, that's when you see your results and think, if I got accepted, alright, this is what I got in my results. If I didn't, then ooh, what did I get in my results? Personally, I would prefer to go with the track first and then results, rather than results and then track. In a way, results day actually gave me the motivation to do better, as me looking at what I achieved, it just gave me the confidence to be like, I can do it, and I'm going to do even better at university and beyond. And so that I can look back at my results, look back at that ABB. By the way, I didn't mention it before, it was an A in business, a B in media, and a B in a diploma in financial studies. But maybe in the future I can look back at that and think, you know what, I really have progressed from that. Although I've long forgotten GCSE results day and couldn't care any less about it, because I've never been asked about my GCSEs as a deal breaker. Literally, the only time I've ever been asked about them is when I'm applying for a job and I have to put it down on a form, but never as a deal breaker. A-level results day is a day that I will always remember, especially considering I did vlog it, so if you want to check that out, then make sure to click the iCard over here. But it just shaped my future, whereas GCSEs were just a little stepping stone. And the reason I say that is because, let's say I dropped out of university right now for whatever reason, I could use my A-levels and fall back on that to go into a different career path. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, they will do well on A-levels results day, they will get into the university of their choice, but then they'll get to university and realise, this isn't for me. And then they'll remember, oh wait, results day, but I did well. And then they're able to change what they originally wanted to do and pursue another interest. So that being said, you can actually use A-level results day as a learning curve to see what you could have done better and what you've done well. Because, for example, I got a B in media, and I know that I could have done better if I revised more for my A2 exam, because I got a C in that, and I had 4 units where I got something like A, B, B, C, with the C being in the A2 exam. So I could have potentially gotten an A in overall if I did better in that exam. But at the end of the day, also, if you do well on A-level results day, and I personally am proud of how I did, then I could be like to myself, right, Mahel, you've done well, you don't really need to think about it anymore, but on to the next stage, and don't let it be a false hope of confidence as to how you do in the future. And me just thinking back to a year ago, it's actually amazing how it's already been a year. And that's something I'm going to say, time flies by, because one moment you're going to be at opening your A-level results, next moment you're going to be starting Freshers Week, next moment you're going to be sitting your university exams, and then now you're going to be 1 year from when you open your A-level results. And overall, I would say I'm happy with the way A-level results went, because me getting an A in business when I was only expecting a B meant that me choosing management as a degree was a good idea, because I actually ended up passing first year, and so it just gave me the confidence that I needed. Whereas if I did get that B on A-level results day, maybe I would have went into uni thinking, I'm really not sure if this is right for me. I'm really not sure if I should do this, or even change on A-level results day what I want to do. So I'm going to actually conclude my talking part of this video here, and on camera we're going to crack open a cold one of Pepsi Max, and to Dartford Grammar School for doing what they did, that's none of my business. But in all seriousness, however you're feeling for A-level results day, believe me, the satisfaction of how you do will be greater than the fear leading up to the day. And that is how I feel. I was, if I'm honest, scared like a fair amount. I didn't really show it, but deep inside me, if I didn't get into my firm uni, I would have been panicking for an entire month. But when you compare that to the satisfaction of where I am now, it's less than the satisfaction, so that's a really good thing. But yeah, guys and girls, this is going to be it for the video. I just wanted to share my feelings and reflect upon A-level results day for me. It's always good to reflect upon things later on in life and just look back at memories, and this is going to be an integral part of my life this day, and hopefully it will be for you as well. But to wrap it up, if you did enjoy the video, then make sure to leave a like, comment below and subscribe. Follow me on social media, that's at Mahel Khan on both Snapchat and Instagram, official Mahel Khan on Facebook, and Mahel X on Twitter. And let me know if you want to see any other videos. Again, as I previously showed you at the start of the video, there will be an A-level results day pre-live stream. So I'm going to be live streaming the night before A-level results day. I believe it's going to be at 8:30. That is scheduled, so make sure to turn reminders on for that so you don't miss it out. And you'll be able to ask me questions about the day, anything that I haven't covered in this video or an upcoming video. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to leave this video with basically my reaction, so that if you didn't watch my original video 1 year ago when I did open my results, you'll be able to see it. And yeah, this has been it, guys and girls. This has been Mahel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. As you can see on my countdown, 1 day, 16 hours, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. Finally, Wednesday, the day before results day. Tomorrow, I'm going to get my results and see whether I got into University of Nottingham or not. Results day morning, I finally made it through the all-nighter. Oh my god. The time is currently 6:51 in the morning, meaning track opens in just over an hour. This is a moment. As soon as I click login, because I've got my details auto filled out, I find out what uni I got into. If I go into clearing, oh no. You know what, let's just do it. Yes! Wait, what? No, I got in! Wow! Jesus. Fuck. No, I wasn't supposed to swear in this video, but oh my. First I was confused because it says I got into University of Nottingham, and underneath it says I got into Nottingham Trent. So I was confused, but then I see, look, University of Nottingham, unconditional offer firmly accepted. I'll see you when I go to collect results. So if you take a look, you can see, if once it focuses, so a B overall in media, so an A overall in business, which is ridiculous. I need to check the UMS and whatnot. And in AS media, because I retook that, I got an A. So individually, AS, I got an AA, and then in A2 units, I got CB, so that all averaged out to a B. That is lucky. If only I got better than a C, if only I got like a B, maybe I could have got AAB. And then in IFS, I was 2 marks away from an A. So I got ABB, but I was 2 marks away from AAB. Going to this school and doing A-levels paid off. I'm really thankful to my head of year and also the deputy head who also actually let me into the school originally. This has been Mahel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.